Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Half and Half this morning. It is a beautiful sunny day out here. We are starting to see a little evidence of spring. There's still snow on the ground, but it's melting and it's cold outside, but it's sunny. So that's really nice. Always feels really nice. We just finished up our breath series last week, um, which seemed like it was interesting and fun and yeah, had a lot of cool stuff in it and was a little more conceptual and slower. And so we were thinking it might be nice to follow that up with a strength and flow series. So we're going to do some core work and maybe refer a little bit to some of that breath work and how it gets into the core. The class we did last week was about engaging your abdominals and breathing at the same time. So certainly it would apply as we go into this work now. Yeah, so that's our thought. And why don't we get started lying on your back, as we often do. So knees bent, feet flat, hands by your side. And you may wonder, why do I start lying on your back? We're doing strength and flow. Well, one of the reasons, especially doing core work, to start with a real passive lying on your back place is that most of us in our posture are using our back and our shoulders and our hips and all sorts of stuff besides the core. And if I just immediately start doing ab work and I don't let that other stuff go, then I'm kind of missing out because my abs won't work as efficiently, but also I'll just be like layering extra tension that I need to go back and figure out later. So I very often start lying on your back, breathing, letting gravity support the weight of your body so everything turns off. So you take a minute or two to do that, let things kind of slowly unravel, unwind. Sometimes I think about the body as dead weight, how it can sometimes feel heavy or sometimes feel light. But if you think about dead weight, you get that heavier feeling. It usually just means more of those postural muscles have started to let go. Maybe your lower back tension or your hip tension or your neck tension. And then typically phase two, after things start to let go, I feel my breath moving a little more easily, a little more fluidly. And then step three, finding a little abdominal support for this position without turning all that other stuff on, right? So just like we worked on last week, take a breath in, exhale, find your abdominal support, feel the ribs drawing together. And then as you inhale, keep some of that abdominal support. So we talked about eccentric contractions. The belly moves, but it doesn't relax. So keep some support, but it's not rigid as you inhale and exhale. We've got both Ruthie and Biddy wandering around today. So if you don't know Ruthie very well, she's exciting. She's upstaging me right now. So once you start to feel that sense of abdominals are working, breath is flowing, keep that support. Let's do our knee folds. Inhale, one leg in. Exhale, lower down. Abdominals deepen. Inhale, left leg in. Exhale, ribs draw together a little more, belly draws in a little more. Pelvis staying really steady as you alternate side to side, out the hips tipping. And then I keep noticing as my abdominals seem to be working better in coordination with my breath. Every exhale, a little more tension lets go in my shoulders, my chest, my back. Just one more sort of tick off of that tension. One more set of these right and left. Now we're going to add a little to it. So inhale, the right knee floats in. Exhale, flex your foot and reach your leg out, hovering off the floor. Bend your knee back in. Take it down. So we just put a little more choreography in. Inhale, left leg in. Exhale, lengthen it out. Inhale, back in. Exhale to the floor. Alternating, right side. Same challenge as my leg straightens. Don't tip the pelvis left or right. Try to keep it in place. Abdominals work on the inhale. Deepen on the exhale. Work on the inhale. And finishing up this set. Let everything relax. Take a breath however you like. And then we'll take hands behind your head, elbows a little lifted off the floor so you have wide shoulder blades. Settle back into your core engagement, which is breath and muscles and relaxing the things you want to relax, right? So exhale, find your ribs, find your belly, bring your head up, take another inhale. Exhale, a little higher up into it, not lifting your pelvis, just lifting your upper back. We're going to go one leg in and the second leg in. Let's go heels together, toes apart. So you're in a V shape and a little out and in here. Inhale out, exhale in. Inhale, reach, exhale in. Now, if this feels like too much, you could go back to that other exercise where we did one leg at a time, reaching out and in. Inhale to reach, exhale to bring it in. Head keeps lifting up. Two more times. And bring everything down. Take your knees into your chest. Let everything just kind of roll up. Your pelvis can roll up off the mat. And then take your feet to the floor again. And let everything go. Big old breath into your belly or your chest or whatever you want. Just kind of let it all release for a moment. And then in whatever way you like, find your way up to sitting. All right, so let's take both legs out in front of you. Bend your right knee. That left leg, earlier we did abdominal connected to reaching your leg out, right? So even though your left leg's on the floor, we're going to think of the abdominal being connected to it. Rounding your spine with your ribs in your belly, holding the back of your right leg, and then starting to roll back. So as you go back, you've got the left leg still reaching forward, the belly pulling back away from that. Right leg is pushing into your hands to give you a little support, a little control there as you come down. And then we're going to come back up. Inhale, lift your head. Left leg connects to your belly. Right leg pushes forward, rolling up. And two more times. Inhale to start back. Exhale, deepen into your belly. Inhale as you start to lift. Now practice that breathing. Don't just force yourself up. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Going again. And last time coming up. And stretching out. So one of the hardest things here is getting this part of your back, your mid back, to let go and help you roll. So as you breathe, maybe you breathe into those lower back ribs to help some of this let go. That really helps this exercise. So right leg reaches forward now from my abdominals, drawing the belly in. As you start to roll back, opening through that mid back, lower rib place till you're all the way down. Inhale to start. Exhale, ribs in, belly in, right leg reaching forward. And 2 more. Inhale, open the back ribs. Exhale from your belly. And last one. And both legs out. One last bonus roll down, little bonus exercise. Rolling back with control, however you like. Hands on your legs, knees bent, legs straight. Just work through your spine all the way back to your back. And then we'll take your right knee into your chest, grab onto the back of your leg. Let's go back to our breath awareness as you go up and down. Inhale to extend, exhale to bend. And as you inhale and extend, you keep just a little tone, just a little support in your belly. You let some of the breath go into your back and side ribs. And one more time, take it up. As you exhale, keep holding on. Everybody wants to let go right away. Keep holding on. Use your arms and start to feel the transfer. So turn your abdominals on, draw your ribs together, and then see if as you let go, you can feel your abdominals take over the weight of your leg. So it doesn't immediately go into your thigh. You transfer that work to your belly, and then you've got it for the leg circles. As you inhale across to the left, exhale around and up to center. Inhale across, exhale circle. I'm still thinking about my opposite leg on the floor being connected to my abdominals, just like the last exercise. So I'm reaching my left heel, feeling the left side of my belly. One more this way. And then in reverse. Inhale, back ribs open. Whole belly deepens to circle. 3 more. And then if you want another bonus, slowly lower your right leg down to the floor with control. Right next to your other leg, flex the right foot now, connects into your belly. Left leg comes in, holding the back of your thigh. Our breathing exercise takes your leg up on the inhale and down on the exhale. Finding your supported breath. Now, one more time. And again, pay attention that you're still really using your arms to hold your leg when it's up there. Like, feel that for a moment. so that your quad and your hip can be pretty relaxed. Use an exhale to find a little more abdominal support, and then see if you can feel that shift. My arms go away, but my abdominals come online more to hold my leg up. Hands come by my side, and you inhale across on the inhale, exhale, circle, reaching through your right leg to connect to the right side of your abdominals. Inhale, exhale, circle. Steady hips. And in reverse. Inhale, open. Exhale. Two more. And then bonus, lower the leg down slowly. Keep using your stomach. Now let it all go. Take a deep breath however you want. Let your abdominals go. Let your neck go, whatever. And then again, whatever transition you like to come up to sitting. All right, so we're going to go into side kicks. Well, I want to sort of use that feeling that we just had in single leg circles. In the traditional Pilates flow, these are not very close together, but I always think they're so related. So sometimes I like to put them close together. So if I were doing my leg circles, my first side, my right leg up towards the ceiling. Remember how I told you to reach through that left leg to create some support on the left side? If I took that whole exercise and I just rotated my alignment to gravity, right? You see how you're right in the side kicks. So because we've shifted gravity, I actually am motivated to use this left side even more because my leg is kind of tipping me back and forth and sideways. So I really need to have support through that side, even more than in the leg circles. Well, let's see if we can use what we did in the leg circles to feel that now on your side. So on your left side, we'll go back to that first side. You can have your arm all the way down. Let's do arm all the way down. It actually helps feel this underneath side a little better. So arm all the way down and your head on your arm. If that's uncomfortable, you could do elbow bent through there. My left foot is forward and my pelvis is back. Scott always mirrors. I'm not mirroring, but just be on your left side. Be on your first side. And then take your top leg a little bit lifted here. So now in this position, I could think of my left heel reaching out on the floor to connect to my belly. Maybe that works for you. You feel the left waist lift up. But I also could think a little bit of pushing the side of my foot, my pinky side of my foot, down into the floor to feel the left side of my belly too. So either one or both, feel that underneath side of support. We're going to start with a little bit of circling your leg around, small circles, and see if you can keep feeling support from the left side, from the underneath side. And then also you're going to feel that top side too. Now circle your other direction, the other direction. We're going to go back and circle the first direction again. A little more challenging is to take your top hand and put it behind your head instead of in the floor without letting your rib cage or your pelvis move. And then reverse it. And take pause, but don't lose your underneath waist, your underneath support. And then again, same thing. You can have your hand on the floor for a little support or behind your head, a little more challenging here. That top leg is going to move slowly forward towards the kitten in front of you. If you don't have a kitten, you'll have to go out and get one from the Humane Society or something so you can do side kicks better. It's very helpful. Or you could just imagine something. And the whole time, do you feel how that underneath side, can you connect it to your stomach? It wants to work. That leg is going to push. It's going to want to work. Can you connect it into your abdominals and not just like your quad or your hip? Pelvis really steady. Inhale, exhale, and one more time. And then legs together. Let's take the top hand, put it on the floor. We're going to work that underneath side just a little bit more. Let's take the feet longer, more pointed. And then thinking about both legs coming up together. And I think it's useful to think of the top leg being heavy and relaxed, and that bottom leg from my abdominals has to push my top leg up and back down. It's really tempting for your pelvis to roll backwards. Mine was maybe doing it just a little bit. Can you keep your hips really directly one over the other? And two more. Last one. And back down and relax everything. All right, let's find the other side. Like I said, I am not mirroring you because I forget that I'm supposed to do that. I'm on my right side, whatever side it is for you. Arm all the way out. And then that's helpful for me being able to feel my ribs coming up a little bit, my waist coming up a little bit. And I try to feel that same thing I had in single leg circles, reaching a little out with the heel, with the foot, and then also just a little bit kind of side of my foot karate chop into the floor. Now, if I do too much of that, I'm going to get a lot of hip tension. See if you can find just enough down energy to feel your abdominals, to feel your waist. And then top leg comes up just a little bit. Hand on the floor for support or hand behind your head. As you circle your leg, don't get a bunch of feedback up in your upper body, right? Leave all that in place. And just let the leg circle. And then reverse it. One more set each way. First direction, circling. Underneath abdominals, still working. And reverse it. And then do a short relax. Sometimes this outer hip gets really tired, right? So take a moment there. Top leg a little bit up again. Now we start that slow reaching the leg forward towards the imaginary kitten. And then reaching the leg back. Scott has really conditioned me. Whenever I reference kittens, I get a lot of positive reinforcement from him. You may not care to reach towards a kitten, but it really motivates him, so I use it a lot. Reach your leg towards something and coming back. As your leg comes forward, rib cage wants to go back, pelvis wants to go back, you hold it there. Hold it in place. Two more. A little push down in the underneath leg. And then legs come together. Another little brief release. Now let's put the hand back on the floor. You can do this with your hand behind your head, but usually when you do it with your hands behind your head, you just roll backwards. So put your hand on the floor lightly or heavily. Both feet point, And the underneath leg now having to do the work to lift the top leg and then back down. Top leg staying really pretty relaxed. Up and down. The bottom leg. Underneath obliques coming on. And exhale. Yeah, is your neck working maybe? That's not unusual. Just check in. See if you can make your head heavy. And last one. And back down. And then just let all that relax. Okay, let's come onto your hands and knees. Recenter, all that stuff. So maybe you noticed we've been doing lots of different things with the spine. We did a round spine position, rolling up and down. We did a lying on your back neutral. We've done a being on your side neutral. Let's do just a little bit of extension in the spine, which is more that arching position. All those things, our core relates to any action we do in the spine. So I'm going to take my hands just a little in front of me, in front of my shoulders. And then I'm going to feel some of that abdominal support. And then again, if you were here last week was a big class, evidently. If you were here last week, we talked about eccentric contraction of the abdominals. As we go forward, we're going to open the chest, open the spine, let there be a little bit of back bend here, but still keep the abdominals supporting. And that's that same eccentric contraction. When a muscle works, even though it's lengthening. We'll go back and forth a couple times, feeling the abdominal support as you open the chest. Ribs keep drawing together. Let your pelvis open too. And coming back. And one more time. And then all the way back. And sitting back over your heels. And breathing through the back ribs. And hands under your shoulders. Tuck your toes under so you come onto your feet. Let's do a little roll up to standing. Stretch your legs. Drop your head. Let everything just be relaxed. And then think of your abdominals supporting you here. So I get a little lift in the low belly and the navel and the ribs. So it feels kind of spacious between my chest and my thighs. And rolling all the way up to standing. All right. Let's see where Scott takes this. Pass off.
Hey everybody. So I want to pick up with some of the material we worked on last few sessions and then project that forward into this kind of general all-around strengthen and tone. So let's begin letting your arms hang, weight dropping down into the earth. Then take your left arm forward all the way up. Then bring your right hand across onto the lower rib. So what we're looking to do is stretch out the side here. We're going to use the breath to help facilitate that. Big deep inhale. Then with the exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale up. Now as you exhale, side bend, pull this hand down to the floor. That's what's meant by knit the ribs. Let's do one more. Inhale. Exhale, move the two hands away from each other. And both arms down. Now the other side, right arm forward, all the way up. Left hand across to contact lower ribs. A full deep inhale, fill your ribs. Exhale, side bend to your left. Inhale up. Now to create more space in your side ribs, move your two hands apart. Cross hand goes down, other hand goes up and over. One more. And release your arms down. So it can be counterintuitive to open your upper chest, side ribs. Oftentimes best to do it on the out breath. So with the out breath, lower ribs go down, and we're going to match that by arms going up. Big deep inhale, fill your ribs. Exhale, ribs down as you sweep your arms up. Inhale, arms down. Again, like that. To open your upper chest, exhale, ribs down, arms up. Inhale down. Last one. And let your arms hang. So now we're going to take a look at what looks like a yoga sun salutation. But you may notice that the breathing is a little bit different than you may have learned in a yoga class. And it's for the reason we're trying to create more freedom in the upper chest and in the side ribs, especially up by the armpits. So starting off toward the front of your mat, big deep inhale, expand your ribs. Then exhale as your ribs go down, lift your arms up. Now we're going to round the spine forward. Inhale, fold. Let your head hang. And we'll take a few breaths here. Now, forthcoming movement generated from right between your shoulder blades. And to facilitate that, keep your neck long as you reach the crown of your head forward. And we'll take a few breaths here in gorilla. Then folding. And just like you did a few moments ago with Collette, we're going to roll up. We're going to do it a little bit faster with the exhale. Inhale into your upper back. Then exhale, roll up. Remember how when you exhale, ribs go down? As you take your arms and now your chin up. Inhale, arms down. Couple breaths here. Now we're going to do the same thing, just a little bit faster. Big deep inhale. Exhale, arms up. Inhale, fold. Exhale, gorilla. Inhale, fold. Exhale, roll up. Arms up, chin up. Inhale, arms down. Now, same thing together quietly. All right, so next time, I'm going to use the Sun Salutation to make our way to the floor. Begin with the in-breath, expand your rib cage. Exhale, ribs down, arms up to open your upper chest. Inhale, fold to mobilize your spine. Exhale, gorilla to continue mobilizing your spine. Inhale, step back. And we'll take a few breaths here. And then with the next exhale, step forward, much like we did before. Inhale, fold, infuse your upper back with fresh air. Exhale, roll up. Ribs down, chin up. Inhale, arms down. Again, like that. Exhale up. Inhale, fold. Exhale, gorilla. Inhale, back. Exhale, gorilla. Inhale, fold. Exhale all the way up. Inhale, arms down. So now all the way to the floor. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Couple more breaths here. And then come on down to your knees. And then all the way to your back. Just like you did at the very beginning. Yeah, let's take a few breaths here and let it all go. Let the floor support your head and your hands, your feet, and your arms. Take your right foot outstretched on the floor. Remember how you reached out through the heel? And a little bit different than you did with leg circles. Bring that left leg in, catch behind your knee, and then use your left hamstrings to push your leg into your hands. And let the power of your leg let you roll up. Inhale, exhale, roll up. All the way up to seated, sitting tall. And then inhale, exhale, roll back. Initiate with a posterior tip of your pelvis. Two more like that. If this is really hard, verging on the impossible, try letting your arms be straighter. All right, then switch it up. The left leg out stretches on the floor. Bring your right leg in. And then use the power of your leg to complement the developing strength of your abdominals. Inhale, exhale up. Inhale, exhale down. So the cool thing about strengthening your abdominals is that frees up your spine. And it really has to go in that order. Back when I used to teach a lot of yoga, I found so many people trying to skip a step. And they worked really hard to mobilize their spine, but they skipped doing the abdominal work that would allow the spine to release. That's what we're doing right here. So use the strength of your leg to help you connect to your abdominals and lower your spine down vertebra by vertebra, segment by segment, coming down. All right, so now rolling up to sitting. And have your feet a little bit out in front of you. See how my heels are on the floor? Hands behind your knees. Something really similar. I'm going to initiate by tipping my pelvis back. I'm more on the backs of my sitting bones toward my tailbone. And then I'm still using my hands to support lowering down segment by segment, vertebra by vertebra, coming down all the way down, even mobilizing your neck. The back of your head pulls away from your tailbone up to the ceiling. Inhale, exhale, rolling up. Are your feet flying up in the air? Super common. So let's get those hamstrings engaged more. And the reason why hamstrings working is important is hamstrings connect into belly. It's like the on-off switch to get your belly muscles doing more of their share of the work. To get those hamstrings going, pull your heels down into the floor. Lightly pull them toward your butt. I just felt my hamstrings kick in. So use your hamstrings as the gateway to your belly. Inhale, exhale. And here maybe you thought chocolate was the gateway to your belly. Who'd have thunk it was your hamstrings? This is hard to roll up. If your feet come up in the air, that's normal. Best you can, reduce how much they fly up. More use your belly. Let's do one more down and up. All right, and back to hands and knees. And from hands and knees, back to yoga pose, head down dog. And then to continue this core work from head down dog to straight arm plank. I'm going to hold here for a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and back to head down dog. Few breaths here. Then exhale, step your feet forward. Inhale, fold. Exhale, roll up. Ribs go down to complement arms and chin up. arms to the side. So you maybe noticed that we were working with a Sun Salutation and took a little side trip to do those roll-ups. Then we did a plank pose. And maybe you were wondering, why didn't we just do plank? Because for developing the muscles of your midsection, plank is really ineffective. It does, but to a very limited extent. And the different things we did, roll-ups, what you did with the single leg circles, what you did with a mini crunch, those are way more effective for developing these muscles. So the ability to do a plank is built upon having the strength, though doing the plank is not very effective at building the strength. It's sort of the result of rather than the producer of. So now let's do some straight arm planks, building on what you've already done. Big deep inhale. Exhale, arms up to help open your armpits. Inhale, fold. Exhale, gorilla. Inhale, back, head down, dog. Next, exhale, straight arm plank. Hold here for an inhale. Exhale, pull back. Inhale, infuse your upper back. Exhale, gorilla. Inhale, fold. Exhale, up. Arms down. How many of those should we do? Okay, 3 more? I think that's what I heard. Just kidding, I can't hear anything. I made that up. Big deep inhale. Exhale, up. Inhale, fold. Exhale, gorilla. Inhale, back. Exhale, straight arm plank. Hold for the inhale. Exhale, head down dog. Ventilate your back ribs with your in-breath. Exhale, gorilla. Inhale, fold. Exhale, roll up. Done. 2 more. Exhale, forward, straight arm plank. Hold for the in-breath. Back to down dog, out breath. Use the inhale to open your back ribs. Exhale, gorilla. Inhale, fold. Exhale, up. Inhale, arms down. Last one together quietly. All right. Now either recline to rest or sit to rest. So your choice, reclining or seated. Whether reclining or seated, your choice. Eyes could stay open, or if you prefer, you could close your eyes. Now, please don't try to control your breathing. If it's fast, let it be fast. If it's shallow, let it be shallow. Whatever your breathing may be, fast or slow, shallow or deep, let your mind be. So the way you may watch a TV show or a movie, watch your mind in the same way. If your mind is filled with thoughts, watching that program, whatever those thoughts may be. It's not uncommon that in watching the mind, thoughts may change, sometimes even dissipate, or even vanish. So what we're doing here is not meditating. We're simply pivoting awareness that almost always is outward facing and observing our own minds. Uh, let's let this non-meditation drop away. All right. So before we close for the day, any comments or questions out there? Kind of a quiet morning. Well, thank you so much for joining us. I will not be here next week, so it'll be whole and none. We'll still have a class, and you'll have a full hour with Collette. Next 2 weeks, actually. Next week, I teach a meditation retreat, and the week after, I am on meditation retreat. A lot of meditation the coming weeks. Hope you're well. Let's do this again soon. Bye-bye.